7:08 on Channel 95.7 with Connie and Curtis. 57 and some rain today. I know on my way in this morning it was drizzling.
You know what? It was wet on my back window, but no rain on the front window.
Are you parked outside?
No, when I was driving.
Oh.
So as I'm driving, I had to stop and get gas because, of course, I was on E. And
Was
the
it
light
still
on.
$3?
$3.07 I paid.
Oh, I paid $3 yesterday.
What?
Yes.
Oh,
And I didn't really need gas. It was just $3. I got so excited. I'm like, I'm going to top this off.
Katie's going to be mad then, my wife, because I wasted 7 cents a gallon.
Yeah, way to go.
Well, it's 15 times 7, like 35 cents. I wasted it right there on gas. I did. Which that's not that big of a deal. But yeah, so I was there pumping the gas, and I noticed that the back windshield was wet. I have a minivan now that I drive. I'm very fancy. So I see it. So I clean it off. And then as I'm driving in, it's wet again. But my front windshield, not wet at all.
Oh, that's weird.
So either I was spitting water or something. Who knows what the deal was going on. All right, are we ready to talk about the burpee lady?
So funny.
So we're at Red Flannel Days on Saturday, and it was a blast.
It was a blast.
I mean, it was super cold, but then they turned the heat on in the tent, and then it was like 95 degrees.
We were under the tent, and there was a bags tournament going on.
Yes.
And a bar set up.
Yeah, it was
and
a good
people
time.
playing euchre.
And I got to bartend. We were wondering if we were going to get to bartend
We
or
all
not.
ended. Curtis bartended, I bartended, and Dan ended up bartending.
Yeah, we were all there.
of us.
We were just back there, and we were just making up prices. So we made a ton of money for Red Flannel Days. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And then we just gave it to Jason the bouncer at the end. Like, here's this money.
Who was looking at us like we were the strangest people
He
on the face of the
hated
earth.
us. Seriously.
At first, by the time we left, he loved us.
Well, isn't that always the case?
Yeah.
All right, so this woman walks up to us. I will be the woman. You be Connie, okay? And
I'll play the part of me.
And I will be the woman. Now,
Okay.
it's a little fuzzy for me because I had about 17 beers. So I'll
You
try.
did not.
If anything comes out that's not what happened, go ahead and feel free to correct me.
Well, weren't we just having like a general conversation?
Yes. But
Where do you work?
I work at and they were juicy like that. Like not just but like Now knowing us,
And we're standing at a table. It's me, Dan, Curtis, and one of Curtis's neighbors who came
Yes.
over. Can I say who?
if you want to, if you remember.
Amy. I didn't know if Amy would be in trouble for hanging out with us. or not.
Now she is.
And this other woman, I remember where she works, but I don't want to say it.
Right, yeah.
She works near there, and she was trying to tell us a story and burping through the whole entire thing. And yes, belching like a dude through the whole entire story.
Good one. So then we were trying to see if she could do other things on command, other bodily functions, and she could not. But
No, she could not.
I was like, hey.
we definitely requested it several times.
I'll give you $5 if you fart right now. And she's like, and we're like, no, that's not it.
Oh my gosh. She was hilarious.
I mean, it was a great conversation.
Oh my goodness.
The smell of meat sticks
Oh, gross.
in the air. I mean, it was a good time.
That's wrong.
Meat sticks and Coors Light.
Oh, and it was not the best. And I wish that I had seen this interesting news fact before meeting her, because she and I were all dude. And Dan, we were all set. You see, they're bringing the movie Super Troopers. They're getting a sequel to it.
No.
Now, I know it's probably your favorite movie in the whole wide
right.
world, Connie. Have you seen the Super Troopers movie?
No, I don't think so.
Hilarious. Amanda, have you seen it?
I have, yes.
I own it on the DVD, and they're going to come out with a second one. Now, it's been like 10 years for it. So I don't know why it's taken so long, but they said, yeah, we're ready. We're going to do it. They are starting a Kickstarter campaign because they don't have enough money to pay for it. Because it's just a comedy troupe.
Right.
So they're like, yeah, we don't have enough money, but once we get enough money, we're going to come out with it. And that lady and I mean, we would have been fast friends talking about Super
Gone to the
Troopers.
movie.
Exactly. She
is, she was a hoot.
There's a scene in that movie, Connie, that reminded me so much of everything that we did Saturday at the Red Flannel Days.
Really?
So,
Wait, hold on. Bobby was there. Bobby, were you at Red Flannel Days?
I was.
Yeah. You weren't the burpee lady, though, sadly.
I was not the burpee lady.
No. I wish that you had been.
Did you have a good time?
I did. I was born and raised in Cedar Springs, and the festival is very near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
My mom's on the board. I volunteer every year.
Yeah, that was fun.
I'll tell you, though, I took a little grief because I left Red Flannel Days and went to a soccer game, and I walked in, and one of the dads who did not know where I was says, "Oh, good, Paul Bunyan's here. We can finally chop these trees down." And I said, "No, I was at Red Flannel Days." And he's like, "Yeah, whatever, lumberjack. Get us some pancakes." And one of the wives was like, "No, it's Cedar Springs is where." He's like, "Oh, okay." And they're like, "Why are you dressed like this?"
Oh, that's
I
funny.
said, "No, I was working. I was
That's awesome.
I was in Cedar Springs." But what a great time.
It is. The festival is just so near and dear to Cedar Springs' heart.
Yeah.
It's really the heart of our town.
Yeah.
And I know I'm an avid listener over you guys. I listen to you every day on my way home from work, so I work third shift.
Oh, my
Okay.
goodness.
So you guys keep me awake on my drive home.
good.
Cool. Well,
Good,
thanks
good.
for listening.
So do you go home and go to bed then, Bobby?
I do. Well, I get my daughter off to school. I have a 5-year-old that
Okay.
I send off to school, and then I sleep.
Okay, good for you.
No kidding. So you must hate sick days or any like holidays where you have
I
to.
do. It's very hard.
Yeah. You're like, "Oh, I'm so tired."
No
I
kidding.
am just like, please let mom sleep.
Please just sit on the couch and watch TV.
Absolutely.
And nothing else is going to
Have
be a
some
problem.
Dora.
Here's some Dora.
I will say, though, we're holding a bit of a grudge against the Red Flannel Days because we did not win the raffle. Connie and I put in for raffle
Oh, that's
tickets.
right.
And we didn't win.
Boo.
So, I mean, we're a little upset.
Oh,
That's
I'll have
okay.
to talk to Michelle.
Yes, absolutely.
Michelle's awesome, by the way. Have you known Michelle forever?
She's my aunt.
Oh, is
Okay.
she?
Yeah,
Yeah, she's great.
Michelle runs the festival. She was awesome.
Yeah,
Talk
she
to
was
her.
awesome.
She works so effortlessly all year long to make this festival go off. It's so stressful on everybody, and they just work so hard.
And she's fun. She's a
Right.
fun woman.
Well,
If
next
my
year-
Aunt Michelle's listening to this, I love you. I'm so proud of you for all the hard work you do.
And next year, try to maybe have it in the 50s or 60s.
Yeah, no
You know,
kidding.
this year we thought it was going to be warm, and then Michigan happened,
Exactly.
and hello,
Pure
cold, rainy
Michigan.
weather.
Uh-huh.
Pure
Yeah.
Michigan.
If the
Only
rain,
state where you can get all seasons in one day.
Exactly.
yeah, if the rain would have just stopped, it would have been fine. Well, the rain and the wind.
Yeah.
I mean, the cold weather was
I mean,
fine.
the rain and the
Wasn't
wind
it
and,
like
like,
42 degrees all
The
day?
clouds.
Curtis had long underwear on.
I did.
Bobby.
Well, Red Flannel Days,
He
right?
wore red long underwear.
I had my red long underpants
Thanks, Bobby.
on.
Go home and get a good night's sleep. Thanks for calling.
So in this Super Troopers movie, they go out and they just get rip-roaring drunk. Like, they can't help themselves.
Right.
And the one guy is walking toward the bar, and he thinks he is all smooth and suave.
Okay.
And he picks up a girl, and they end up dancing, and then they go home. And he wakes up in the morning. He doesn't remember anything. And we have seen what he thought was happening the
Okay.
night.
Yeah.
But then during, they flashes back to what actually happened, and he's like, "I will take you out."
Oh,
And-
my Lord.
And the girl's like, "Oh, okay." Like, they're both just wasted. And then they go back, and it's one of the top 5
Are they
best
dressed
movies.
as troopers?
Yeah, they're actual state troopers of the state of Vermont.
Oh, I'm thinking like Star Wars type troopers.
Yeah, that's the wrong trooper.
Like a storm
That's a
trooper?
storm
Yes,
trooper.
that's what I was thinking
No,
of.
these guys are super troopers. Like, they're the troopers.
Like, oh.
Like,
Yes.
here they come, the troopers. And then they got a little fight with the
Okay.
state cops. I mean, it's good. You would like it.
Aren't state troopers state cops?
Yeah, maybe the city cops. They fight the city cops. It's hard
Some
to know.
other variation of a police
And
officer.
exactly. And they're mad at them, and
I
the
feel like you
governor
don't know
comes.
this
and-
movie as well as you're letting on.
And there's drug busts and things in it,
Okay.
and a lot of like dirty. I mean, I'll bring it in tomorrow. You guys can watch it, and
as
then
soon as you watch The Notebook, I'll watch Super Troopers.
we should watch them in separate on the in my minivan on the 2 screens.
Oh, can we just sit in the parking structure
Yes.
and do that
Oh,
tomorrow?
fun.
We'll
That
do the
sounds like
two
a blast.
the 2 screens in the minivan when we drive the alpaca to Detroit.
I'll bring the popcorn.
So
Yeah, perfect.
we'll have Amanda drive my
Okay.
minivan, you and I in the back,
Okay.
each watching the screen.
All
Mine
right.
has The Notebook. Yours has Super Troopers. The alpaca, he can watch whichever one he wants.
I feel like you're getting the better end of the deal.
We'll pick up Brady Hoke down in Ann Arbor and see if he wants to try out because he's going to need a job soon.
Yeah, he is.
This is becoming the perfect day. This is awesome.
Okay.
You, me, and alpaca. We got Amanda. We got Brady Hoke. We got the
What
Notebook.
could go wrong? What could
Nothing.
possibly go wrong? That sounds like one of the most perfect Tuesdays.
You watching The Notebook, me watching Super Troopers. I love it.
No, that's not the way it's working. It's the other way
Oh,
around.
no.
Yes.
Fine. I'm in. I'm in for it.
All right.
Love it. Let's do it right now. Let's leave early. It's for the show, right?
We need to go.
We gotta go. We gotta go get Brady Hoke, and then we gotta.
The only thing that would make it completely better is if we get the burping woman from.
She could probably, her
Excuse
burp
me.
would kick the ball.
Oh, you should have heard her.
she
was a hoot.
She could burp the ball. Is that legal? You check the rule book, all right?
Check it out,
If you
Amanda.
could burp the ball, she would be.
She would win.
She would definitely win, and the
Yeah.
smell of meat there in Fort Field would be really nice.
Connie and Curtis.
48 degrees now, Channel 95.7, 7:31 with Connie and Curtis. Maroon 5 was on Saturday Night Live on Saturday night.
And
First song they sang, I didn't know. Didn't watch the second one. I deleted it right after
okay. Was it any funnier? Because you have a love-hate relationship with the Saturday Night Live
Sarah
show.
Silverman, her opening monologue was funny.
Okay.
And then a couple things were funny. I only watched about 15 minutes of it. and I
Did
was
she
done.
just do stand-up for the
She
monologue?
did. She went and sat on some girl's lap, and she wasn't a plant. She really was just a chick in
Okay.
the audience, and she's just funny. Seriously. And they showed all these clips from her as a plant
Oh, in the show?
when she was like a kid.
Yeah, because 1994 she
Yep.
was on this show. She
Yep.
ended up getting fired.
Yep.
Because they didn't like her. I don't know what about her didn't work for them, but yeah, did not like her.
Oh, she's funny.
We were, I thought of you yesterday. We were playing kickball,
'Kay.
a group of adults versus a very large group of kids.
Okay.
Probably 2-to-1 kids to adults.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just playing and having a good time, and it got a little competitive,
Yeah.
as it does,
Right.
because we definitely wanted to win.
Right.
So I'm rounding. We did not really run our fastest around the bases, because they were
Because you're old?
Well, no, but there were little kids mixed
Okay.
in with bigger kids.
Right.
So like if a little kid was running to the ball to get it, we would take it easy running.
Right.
So I am on second base, and teammate kicks a great kick, and I'm kind of lollygagging. I get to third, and a little kid throws it to a big kid, and it goes past the big kid.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna round third. I'm gonna go for home. I'm gonna make this happen. Now Haley, my daughter, is catching.
Okay.
So
Did you plow her over?
1,000%. She blocked the plate. The ball is nowhere near because I'm looking and I'm hanging. I got a cocktail, so I don't want to.
You're running with a cocktail in your hand?
I don't want to spill that. So I got that going, and I'm running, and she's blocked. So I look to my left, like, is this ball coming? Is it going to be a play at the plate? And no play at the plate. So and she's not moving.
Right.
So I just kind of walk up and just shove her right, and she probably did not fly, but she fell down.
Yeah.
And I shoved it, and all the parents are like, yeah! And Haley stands up like, yeah, what the heck? And I'm like, yeah, you don't block the plate unless the ball's coming. And one of the dads says, and that's a great life lesson for you right
That is
there.
a great life lesson.
And I was thinking of you because you are ultra competitive too. Like
Yeah.
you would have plowed right through your daughter. It wouldn't
I
have been
would
a problem.
absolutely.
And as the game is going, so we're just kind of like all laughing, like, okay, this is a fun game, whatever. And then the kids started scoring some runs. And we all.
How mad were you guys?
We all amped it up a little bit. One of the dads. So we're like the little kids, we're kind of letting them go. Like if it's a pop ball, pop fly, we'll maybe let it bounce and then miss the throw to first. So one of the dads catches the ball that his little son, probably 7 years old, catches it, turns around, whips it at another kid, double play. And he goes, yeah, double play. And the other kid is standing there because we had not really been feeling the best, like 1,000%. So the other kid is like, whoa, he like shakes it off.
Where did that
like,
come from?
Apparently we're playing now.
Absolutely.
Like we're making this happen. Katie, my wife, was out like making awesome catches and like whipping it around and pegging kids. I mean, it got a little ugly.
Where were you guys playing? In somebody's yard?
I know, in a baseball diamond. We went to
okay.
a park where there was a baseball diamond.
Okay.
So yeah, Haley driving home then was, you didn't need to push me down, Dad. And I'm like, Haley, you don't block the plate.
Haley, yeah, that's the way it rolls.
If the ball was coming, that's
one
fine.
thing.
But it wasn't there, and she was like laughing, like, I'm not going to let you pass. Like, boom. Yeah,
So
you
who
are.
ended up winning?
Oh, we smoked them.
Did you?
Oh, yeah. We ended up letting the kids all bat around and just see how many runs they could score.
Yeah.
But by that point, we were like tired of letting them score. So I think they batted maybe 20 batters and scored maybe 3 runs.
Really?
And then we said, well, we want to bat around again. And I know I scored. I think we scored like 2 or 3 then to keep the lead.
Who was the one who said, let's go play kickball on Sunday?
One of the dads said, hey, we have this diamond near our house. We're not going to play baseball, obviously, with 100 people. So let's play kickball. And we did.
So fun.
They were going to pick teams, but then we convinced the kids to take us on. Because we're like, no, we don't want to be on a team with some kid. We want to smoke you guys. We want to nail it.
No, so one day there's going to be a day where you don't smoke them.
Oh, I know.
Or they get big.
Well, and so my first kick, I'm just kind of hanging out, having a good time. And my first kick goes, sales. And I'm like, yeah. And one of the darn teenagers runs, great catch. I'm like, okay, that's why the teenagers are in the outfield. Now you got to start figuring out where you're going to kick it. And then these kids, the reason that they scored so many is they kept just dinking it.
Right.
So they would just drop it in. They weren't booting it. And we're all trying for home runs every time. And so they're dinking it, and then we couldn't get there fast enough to get them out.
Now, is your body sore today?
My legs. My legs are sore. A little sore, yes. But you know what? That'll come. You expect that with age.
Yeah, absolutely. I was talking to a friend of mine. I've been telling her she is a lot younger than me. She just turned 30 this year. And I've been telling her for years, wait until you turn 30. Weird things are going to start happening.
Yeah.
And she goes, so she calls me yesterday and she says, I thought of you on Friday night. And I'm like, what happened? Well, I was at a bar. We were sitting at a high top and I was sitting on a stool. And after about 2 hours my back got so sore that I said, we need to leave and go to another bar that has actual backs on the chairs.
I can't sit at these chairs.
No, she was like, my back was killing me.
These stools are the worst.
She goes, and I thought of you because I've been telling her, once you hit 30, weird things happen.
Amanda, do you remember the story of Connie and the turkey?
Oh, yeah, bending over to put the turkey in the oven.
So Connie...
Wasn't it a ham?
It was a ham.
Was it a ham? So Connie...
it was Easter.
Connie bends down to put a ham in her oven and throws at her back.
Stupid.
Like, could not walk. She shuffled around here like E.T. for what?
A week
like
until
a week.
I finally went and got some pain medication that helped it.
Could not move.
Ridiculous.
And I would say, hey, you want to race to the bathroom? No. Like, you couldn't even move. You were shuffling.
Well, and we have a coworker, one of our sales girls, she keeps doing it. It's like if you do that to your back once,
yes, you tweak it.
You keep tweaking it. It's the worst.
Our coworker tweaked it bending down to like pick something up off the ground.
In our studio, she did it. Yeah.
She said, "Oh, I'll get that bag," and then couldn't get back up.
And she keeps doing it.
And we thought she was kidding. We're like, all right, stand up.
The other time I was painting my toenails on my deck. I was sitting just in a chair with my foot up in the air, painting my toenail. I know.
A mess is what you are.
You got to be careful with the old back.
Would you like us to, the old bag? Did you just call yourself the old bag?
Back. Well, I am the old bag.
Would you like us to wrap you in like mummy cloth and you could just be that? You'd just be safe?
No.
Okay. Bubble wrap like they did on The Simpsons 2 weeks ago? We could wrap you in bubble wrap? That would help you out.
No.
What can we do to make your life easier?
Nothing. My life
Can
is
we
fine.
get one of those grabby things where you squeeze the trigger and it grabs something on the shelf that's high up? Would you like one of those?
No, because it happens when you do stupid things. It's not the kind of things that you would expect to throw your back out doing.
Do you want a personal assistant?
Like, okay, so I don't know what night it was this weekend. It was one night this weekend. Dan and I are just wrestling.
Oh, no.
Totally wrestling, but like I'm competitive, so I don't even want to lose when we were playful, loving wrestling.
Wait, hold on. Are you nude?
No,
okay.
No, we were watching football.
Just for the picture in my head.
We sit and watch football in the nude all the time.
Nice.
No, we were watching football and something happened. He poked me or did something. I don't know what he did.
Okay.
And I took him down. Well, I tried to take him down, and Dan's very strong.
Yeah.
But nobody is as strong as the gun show.
Oh,
and I mean my legs.
Oh, yeah. Connie's got
my
some,
brothers used to call me Barry Sanders thighs growing up. And there's a reason for that because I have very strong legs. So all I did was finally turn around and I had them all scooshed up next to my body.
Yes.
And I looked at him and I said, oh, yeah, I'm bringing out the big guns now.
So you scissored him.
He goes, I'm done.
I'm out.
I was like, I'm going to punt you across the room.
Out. I don't want this at all.
But then he started wrestling with me and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to throw my back.
Dan, I can't get up.
I can't be doing this anymore.
I can't get up at all.
But I didn't tell him that.
No, you continue with the wrestling. Did you see Katy Perry? Speaking of scissoring
Yes.
and grabbing people with legs.
Oh, no.
She was all over the place at the College Game Day
Oh,
show
yeah.
on Saturday morning.
With a really cute shirt on.
Super cute, pink and blue. But she was throwing corn dogs, and she actually did, with her legs, grab one of the mascots. And, like, that kid
Did she?
made his day.
Oh, yeah.
Had to have made
And
his
she
day.
said that she had a crush on Trevor Knight.
Yeah, the quarterback for Oklahoma. And then they lost, so
He is
sadly.
cute, though.
Super cute,
He is
right?
cute.
And now, like, he's got it. I mean, he's made. Katy Perry called him out on
Absolutely.
cable TV. Like, everyone's talking about it.
But he's got a girlfriend.
Okay.
How do you think his girlfriend feels?
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Like, are you mad if that happens? Katy
No.
Perry calls out your boyfriend on TV.
No, I would be so flattered.
Amanda, are you mad? Katy Perry calls out Mike on TV and says,
I'm not mad. I'm worried.
You're worried. Well, he's not going to.
What are you worried about?
For Katy Perry.
I don't know exactly that. Like, is he going to call Katy Perry then?
How's he going to get Katy Perry's phone number?
I don't know.
Her people would find him,
You
right?
think so?
If Katy Perry calls you out on TV, there's a good chance Katy Perry's people find you.
Katy Perry is not going to be the girl who's going to steal somebody's
No,
boyfriend and be
no.
done with it.
That's Taylor Swift. We have a great video because Katy Perry then went out and like partied in Mississippi, like
Yeah.
got crazy.
That's cool.
She's slamming a beer and then she jumps into the crowd. One of the guys at the bar took a vine of it. We have it up at mychannel957.com.
Fun.
She's partying. Her skirt is a little too short to do that move. Didn't you think, Amanda?
Yes, but she's Katy Perry, so she can do whatever she wants.
can do whatever
You
she
definitely
wants.
see her butt, which means everyone in the bar saw her butt.
Okay.
And that's Katy Perry. You don't see Katy Perry's butt.
Were they? Did she have underpants on?
She has underpants.
Did it
on.
match their poofy like sweater?
No, so she's changed now. She's wearing like a schoolgirl jumper.
Okay.
And it's plaid, like it's her school uniform. And then
Okay.
she jumps into the crowd. It looks like she has probably some like tights on.
Okay.
Or else it's just super dark in there. Like her legs look like they are black and
It's
sheer.
just super dark in there.
Like, I can't tell if she has like sheer tights on or if she is wearing nothing and it's the dark room. But then she jumps into the crowd and you see butt,
That's fun.
which means everybody.
I
there
mean, the
saw
butt. I don't. Who cares about the butt? But Katy Perry and your
Hand
town.
is up. Hand is raised.
Curtis cares about the butt.
Wake up.
Wake up.
7:51 at Channel 95.7. Welcome to Monday morning. Coming up at 9:30. If you got qualified for the Daughtry cruise in the Bahamas, you want to make sure you're listening at 9:30 because today is the day we give that bad boy away.
Yep, 9:30. We call a name. If it's your name, you're going to have 5 minutes to call us back at 770-895-7 to win your cruise. We have a very important off-air discussion going on, and it is about to go on air.
Uh-oh.
It's Curtis and Amanda talking about dump cakes.
Dump cakes?
Have you ever heard of a dump cake?
I have.
Okay.
What is a dump cake?
So Amanda is at Meijer, and she sees a cookbook, right? And you found it funny because the
Yes.
word dump is in it.
Yes, it just says dump cakes.
And it's hilarious.
it's a dump cake cookbook?
yes.
Okay.
Which, in and of itself, seems like a waste of a book, right? Because dump cakes, you just
Yeah, what are they again?
You just take all the ingredients, you
Yep.
put them in a pan, and then you bake it. You don't stir it, you don't do anything. And they don't work.
Yeah, what's the point of that? I
We
don't
were
get it.
camping, and somebody had seen some dump cake that they wanted to make,
Mm-hmm.
and said, "Hey, we'll make this dump cake. It's delicious." And they had seen it either on TV or in a Pinterest. Who knows?
Okay.
So we take all the ingredients, we dump it in, and I say right off the bat, there's no way that this can work.
Yeah.
Look at it, like it's science, right?
Right.
There's no way this can turn into a cake, and everyone says, "No, it's gonna work."
So you don't mix the eggs? You don't
do anything.
That's
you just
weird.
dump it in. And I said, this is going to be disgusting. I'm on record right now.
It's going to be like an egg, like an omelet at the bottom.
Yes. I mean, and it was, you don't stir anything. This one didn't have eggs. It had a cake mix
Okay.
and a can of Sprite and then like two other things that I don't
Oh,
remember
yeah, I've
right
heard
now.
about that.
So we put it in, and it didn't work at all. So Amanda and I now are talking back and forth, like, dump cakes are the worst thing. And Amanda says, well, there has to be someone who's gotten them to work since they obviously, like, have books and things. You can't have
Mm-hmm.
a book that is out there and they don't work. But have you, Connie, ever known anyone
No.
who successfully make a dump cake?
No.
No. Me
Why
neither.
can't you just stir it?
You should stir it.
Right.
That's what cakes are for.
What? I don't
Getting
understand the
stirred.
concept behind them.
So we're doing ours on the campfire, And because we did everything. We were camping the whole week. So it's like everything has to be campfire. So they had modified it. So then that is why it was determined it didn't work. Because of the campfire
thing.
And I said, that is ludicrous. That doesn't make any sense. These cakes, there's no way this would work. Dump cakes do not work. They're garbage. And so Amanda and I are laughing about how they're called, and that is a fitting name for a cake like this.
Connie and Curtis, who is this?
Rhonda.
Rhonda, have you had a dump cake actually work?
Yeah, many times.
What?
Wait, Rhonda, so what did I do wrong?
Oh, I've never used Sprite. The recipe I'm thinking of has some oil in it, and you dump the cake and the fruit. There's a fruit filling.
Okay.
And you do it like evenly, not just like in piles.
Right, yeah.
And I've never done it over a campfire, so I don't know what you did wrong, but I've had them many times, and they are the bomb.
Okay.
Very rich. Very rich.
Because I then found the dump cake infomercial, which we've all seen and we love, and I find myself just watching it, screaming at this lady, "You're selling lies!"
Wait, so Rhonda, what is the point of a dump cake? Why can't you just mix stuff?
I don't know why you can't just mix it up. I think it's because it's just so simple.
Okay.
I mean,
Because we're lazy.
It's sorry to say, idiot proof.
Okay.
Well, but it's not.
Well,
look what I did.
Curtis couldn't do it.
I messed it up.
Campfire, Curtis. It's meant for an oven, not a campfire.
That's probably what the problem
Well,
was.
we had a Dutch oven, and you can figure that out with charcoal briquettes and how to set it at a temperature. So
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
we knew where it was. It just the thing of it is that the bottom part was cooked like a cake, but the top was just dumped. You know, it was still dry and it didn't
that
cook
sounds
together.
gross.
It was gross.
I'll get the recipe from my mom, email it to you. Try it, Connie. I'm telling you,
Yes.
you're going to love it.
That
Okay.
would be awesome, Rhonda. Please do that.
Email at ConnieandCurtis.com. You can always send
Thanks,
them.
dear.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that these things don't work at all.
Danielle, do you make them?
I don't, but my mom does. It's pretty much the same thing what Rhonda was just saying. Like, it's my mom put like pineapple tidbits in the bottom and cherries, and
And
God, I don't even know how she makes it. Like, oh yeah, I remember not really caring for it only because it was so sweet. But when I was growing up, I didn't like cake. Like, I'm a weird person. I always wanted birthday pie. Like, I didn't want birthday cake. I wanted pie.
I like pie.
I like pie
a lot.
too. Yeah, that sounds good.
You can't make a dump pie.
No.
You couldn't do that.
But you know what? I'll get my mom's recipe for you guys too and give it to you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We're going to have a million dump cake recipes. I love it.
Well, and then we won't have to worry about ever stirring again. So we can get rid of all of our spoons.
Thanks, Danielle.
All of, I mean, that's the problem, right? All of our spatulas.
Hi, Lynn.
Hi.
Hi. Do you make them too, or does your mom make them?
No, I have successfully made one, but I did kind of stir it because it didn't seem like it would work to me just dumping it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it was just very simple. It was an angel food cake package, not ready made, but packaged like to make one, and a large can of crushed pineapple.
Okay.
And I mixed it together, baked it.
See.
At like 350 for half an hour or whatever, and it was the lightest, fluffiest. It was so good.
See,
that does
Turned out
sound
really
good.
good.
But she mixed it.
Right.
And
I
I
did
said,
mix it, yeah.
let me stir this just a little bit. And they said, no, don't stir it. It doesn't need it. We've seen it on Pinterest. And I'm like, well, we all know how that works.
No kidding.
And it was horrible.
It seems funny that how could it work without eggs and oil and things, that you use for cake mixes.
Right.
So I did stir it a little, and it turned out great.
Okay,
It was just a simple cake mix and the crushed pineapple.
So what we need then, Amanda, is for
yummy.
you to go back to Myra and buy that book.
Thanks, Lynn.
Okay.
And just try them all out. We'll get all the recipes that are coming to our Facebook page,
Lynn
Connie and
says
Curtis.
angel food cake mix and can of pineapple.
And that's all it takes. That's easy.
Mix it, though.
Ours was it was like yellow cake, and then it had some Sprite in it and some other things that
I've had soda cakes before. Mike's parents actually make a lot of soda cakes, but
but they stir them.
yeah, they stir them.
Yeah, I mean, when did we become so lazy as a society that we can't stir cake mix, right? And who gets to
I mean,
lick?
is that the whole point of it?
There's no bowl to lick then. There are no beaters. That's the best
not
part
fun.
of
That
cake.
is the best part of cake.
Yeah, well, we don't need this. Is it because we don't want to do the dishes?
I don't know. Maybe.
So then we're
The
like,
one spatula
Hey,
or spoon extra.
or the spoon or the bowl that you mix it all in.
Right.
You're just
Hey,
like,
okay. So if you have a dump cake recipe that actually worked,
we want it.
yeah, you need to send them to us. Our email address is the word email at ConnieAnnCurtis.com, all spelled out.
Pumpkin dump cake. We just got a tweet
Pumpkin dump
with the
cake.
recipe. Now that sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds really good. What's in that?
Hold on. Let me click the thing. The link.
Probably
what is
a
it?
can of pumpkin and cake mix.
Okay, who's telling this story, Amanda?
I'm sorry. I'm just.
It won't load. I got the slowest computer. Amanda's probably right. A pumpkin mix. And oh, here we go. Pumpkin dump cake.
Pumpkin dump cake.
Looks delicious. And here is your recipe way at the bottom. So many things.
Oh, there are a ton of things in
Can
it?
of pumpkin, can of evaporated milk, brown sugar, eggs, pumpkin pie spice, cake mix, butter, and graham cracker, plus some toffee bits.
And you're not supposed to mix that?
In a
That's
large
so weird.
bowl. Well, so yes, in a large bowl, you stir all the pumpkin pie filling.
Okay.
And then you put that into the deal.
We should post all these recipes up.
This doesn't
On the
seem like
website.
this would work either. I mean, it's science. They stir things for a reason.
Right. But if people are saying it works, then
I mean,
just not at a campfire.
even look at it. It doesn't even look like a good cake.
All right, send it if you have a recipe, email at ConnieandCurtis.com.